So on to episode number 2 now here, the Weirdo on Maple Street of Stranger Things. The Weirdo on Maple Street, perhaps a little nod to the Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I said, it's got that whole 80s thing going on, Maple Street, Elm Street, who knows? It's what it feels like. We got a Poltergeist reference already, just waiting for the E.T. reference. So like I said, at the end of the last episode, 11 runs in, or the kids find 11 hanging out there in the woods. They take her back to Michael's house. He's one of the little kids. They're hiding out in the basement. They get her some dry clothes. She's going to hang out and hide there for a little while, I guess. Michael's got a plan, though, where, she's just going to stumble into the front door the next morning, and she's going to call, Michael's mom will call the police or whatever they need to do. But then 11's barely speaking, but she does tell Michael, no, that's a no deal. She's figured out from what happened to old dude back at the diner, she knows that if adults start calling people, that the government bad guys that are after her, it's just people are going to get killed. So she just gives Michael the big no deal. Michael's friends come back over a little later in the episode, and he's trying to explain to them that this is a bad deal. We can't tell any of our parents about 11. One of the little kids freaks out, and he's like, I'm out of here. I'm telling your mom. And then, boom, 11 starts slamming the door with her mind, freaking him out a little bit. Her nose bleeds whenever she uses her powers there a little bit. She slammed the door on him twice, locked the door. Just kind of left them in total freak-out mode. And at one point, she had even recognized Will in a picture over at Michael's house. So now you realize there's some connection between whatever she's got going on with the government people and the disappearance of Will. Not like she did it or anything. But yeah, the government guys were back in it. They're tapping phones now. So now not only are they looking for 11, they know something's going on with Will because they go back over there to Will's house when Winona and the older brother are out of town. They go back into that shed where Will was last seen. There's some kind of gooey stuff. Kind of look like that blob on the wall. They see that there, so I don't know. Whatever they got going on, it's all connected now at this point. Let's see, the sheriff and the mom, the mom's still freaking out about the phone call. She goes and gets another phone. There's a nice little cool scene where she gets the phone down a little department store or something. She's full-blown pissed. Winona Ryder's kicking ass so far in the show. So her and Hopper, that's the sheriff, they're going back and forth. He's still not 100% sold what the hell's going on. He wants to talk to the real father. She doesn't seem to think that's that big of a deal. It's going to be a big waste of time. Anyhow, the older brother ends up going and checking with the dad. Of course, the dad, he's like some deadbeat dad that has nothing to do with his kids. Somewhere out in the big city of Indianapolis, I guess, perhaps. I don't know. That's big cities in Indiana, I guess. So then we find out also, when the government, they killed the dude back at the diner that found 11 back in episode 1. They made that look like a suicide. Hopper, he knows something else going on. He's like, oh, come on, man. A missing kid, now a suicide. I knew old dude, old Billy Bob. We were going to go hunting. He was not about to kill himself. So then at the very end of the episode, old mom gets another crazy phone call. She knows she hears Michael's voice, or not Michael, Will's voice coming through. Some weird shit happens. There's just like a surge of electricity every time, and it just burns her phone up. The lights flicker, all this kind of weird shit. So feels like the spirit of Will is somehow making phone calls to her, but then gets cut off. I don't know, man. It's a crazy show. Boom. That's 2 episodes down. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.